back to another episode of Nerding with 30. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about The Batman. Now, The Batman, it's kind of a weird name, but The Batman comes out this weekend, and lots and lots of buzz is happening about The Batman with Robert Pattinson. Okay. It's been in talks for over a year now of certain things as far as, is he a good fit? Does he fit the role? Does he look good at Bruce Wayne? Does he look good as Batman? All these different things have been said and done about it. A lot of people are excited. I'm not one of those people. I'm not really super excited, but I'm not here to talk crap about the Batman. I'm just here to talk about the box office with you and then give you my thoughts on the whole thing. Now, the Screen Rant has an article that says the Batman update box office projections forecast of massive opening. But before I get to this article, if you like what I do here, please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Only if you like the video. We do these every single day, little breakout videos, and try to give you more content here on Nerding with 30. If you like it, like I said, only if you like it, hit that like button down below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification so you know when more videos come out. All right, so the latest box office projections for Batman suggest that the movie will reach at the very least, it says here, $100 million in the first 3 days. Now, this is possible. One, because it is a Batman film, and not because it's even during a pandemic, right? The pandemic that's been happening with movies and movies out there that didn't hit the $100 million. Because if you think about it, Marvel is a bigger name right now than just any kind of Warner Brothers film. Batman is one of the most popular characters on the planet Earth, though. Spider-Man is more popular, and that's also proven because it made almost $2 billion at the box office, and it also made $260 million in 3 days, which is unbelievable. As you can see right here, Spider-Man in domestic opening is $260 million, and worldwide it made $1.8 billion. This is what it's going up against as far as Batman. Now, Batman itself has always been around about $100 million as they go. So we look back all the way back at the franchise here with Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman from 1989. Okay, now Batman in 1989 only opened in 2,194 theaters, and it made $40 million, $40.4 million. Now, if I put that amount inside of the calculator from 1989 to 2022, it's worth right now $91 million, $91.8 million in today's standards. So now you have to think about the Batman. Can it make an additional $9 million to break over that $100 million mark? And I think it can in this day and age, even with the pandemic going. Because if you look at the other past Batman, they've made $42 million back in 1997. So let's put that in, right? We changed this to 1997. We put this in with $42 million, and it's made, $75 million. So a little less, but the franchise, then Batman Returns in 1992, $45 million. Batman Begins in 2005, $48 million. Batman Forever, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst Batman films ever created on God's green earth, okay? It made $52 million in 1995. Then you have The Dark Knight. This is where the Batman films went up to the next level. Okay, Batman Begins was a good starting point. People liked it, but then when Heath Ledger became the Joker, that's when it went up a complete different notch. It made $158 million during a non-pandemic, obviously, in 2008, not even close, and $158 million, and then The Dark Knight Rises made $160 million in 2012. Okay, in comparison, $160 million back in 2012 is probably like close to $200 million. I would say it's about $195 million, maybe $197 million. Let's see that in 2012. Let me type in 2012. Let's type in the amount here and calculate. Well, bam! I'm good. It's $197 million in today's standards, from $160 million to $197 million, which is a good standard. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to have a comparison of the Batman to Christopher Nolan's Batman because they're both gritty. They're both in the present day, per se, as far as like in real life, unlike Tim Burton's Batman, which is more of a comic book type of feel. Now, in the article, it does say that they think it's a low prediction. They say that this movie can go up to about between $100 million and $125 million, and some people are saying it could hit $140 million. I don't know if it's going to hit $140 million. Now, again, comic book movies do better than most other films, and not any other film is really doing much in the box office. A lot of movies bombed in the box office. So much so, Black Widow didn't make it. Shang-Chi just barely made not even, they didn't make 100 million. It made 74 million. What am I talking about? It made like 74 or 78 million when it came out, but it's the best movie on the planet. Remember that. Shang-Chi was the best movie on the planet. I'm being very sarcastic right now. Okay. Now let's look at the reviews that are happening right now for The Batman. The Batman comes in at an 87%. Okay, 87%. Real quick, I want to bring up, since we're talking about Shang-Chi, okay, is the best movie of all time with a 98% audience score, which is almost a perfect film by the audience. Not me. I would be giving it around a 70. But 91 by critics, and then top critics gave it a 91, so it's across the board, it's a 91 and 91, verified 98, and a 93 with all audience. Okay, now as far as Batman goes, right now it sits at an 87. 87 with the top critics, it gives about a 76. Okay, this is where I feel like it's going to be around all critics, around an 87. I'd say about high 80s, maybe low 90s is what the audience is going to give it. A lot of people are talking about Robert Pattinson being very dark, as far as very broody is what they're talking about in the reviews. I'm going in with an open mind, and I'm going to give this, especially it's in my opinion, okay, but I'm giving a little advice to you guys. Go into this movie, if you're going to go see it this weekend, and kind of just flush everything away as far as comparing it to like Nolan's Batman or any other Batman. Obviously, there's going to be articles written, is who's the best Batman? Is it Ben Affleck? Is it Robert Pattinson? Is it Michael Keaton? We all know the answer. It's Michael Keaton. But anyway, when this happens, of course, articles are going to come out and they're going to pin other Batmans together. But going in as a brand new, just wipe the slate clean and look at this as a Batman, a standalone, just like the other Spider-Man, right? You didn't compare, like, the Amazing Spider-Man was better than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or whatnot, or Tom Holland's, but it was just different Spider-Man at different times. This is different Batman at different times, okay? I'm a little reluctant because it's 2022. And a lot of IPs have been shit on and pushed to the side and not respecting like lore or not respecting the character itself or changing certain things just to check boxes. This doesn't seem like it's doing that in any way, shape, or form. It actually looks pretty good. But I have sources, and some sources told me, because I've been working in the industry for 20 years, I have friends that still work in the industry, and my friend told me that certain movies were in bad shape, and those movies came out and they were in bad shape. He said that this one had there was a lot of problems during production. Now, this could be a great movie. It doesn't mean it's going to be a bad movie because of production. Two things could have happened. During production, they did a lot of reshoots. Now, I don't remember reading a lot of stuff. If they did reshoots, they could have. Okay? And they could have fixed the problems that were originally there when there was issues happening. Okay? It was a hard time filming during this time, because of the pandemic and all different things. People got sick, lots of different rules that happened on the set during the time of this filming. Okay, so a lot of people were talking that there was something going on back here, a lot of different problems. Now, or number two is the edit. They got a good editor and they fixed it in the edit, which happens a lot, right? An editor could make or break a movie based on how good the person is. Okay, now this movie has a 2-hour and 56-hour runtime, meaning they shot a lot of footage to get, just to put it in perspective, I worked on a movie called Never Back Down, and it filmed so much that you could have made a 15-hour long movie, and they condensed it down to like an hour and 30 minutes, I think it was. Okay, so to make a movie, either everything they did was golden, and they made it into the last cut, or they shot a ton of film, okay, and it's digital now or whatever, but they shot a lot of film, and they broke it down into 3 hours. Now, a long movie doesn't mean a good movie. A long movie can mean that they couldn't trim the fat off because they needed the fat there to make it coherent, which could be a bad thing, okay? Because if it's stale during the movie, that could mean a big lull for a lot of people going, it's a good movie, but it's just a little too long, right? There's slow parts there that could have done a little bit better. Or it could be a... what's that movie? What's the director does slow motion for everything? Like Ang Lee. right? Where it's just slow motion for everything. Maybe it's a slow motion film, and maybe it's like 2-hour movie of just slow motion. But we'll see. Okay, I'm a little reluctant. Like I said, I'm going to go see it this weekend. Hopefully, it'll be good. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Do you think The Batman could break $100 million? Or do you think it could even go further than that? Like projections are saying anywhere maybe up to $140 million. Is that possible? Do you think it's possible? I don't know if it's possible for Batman. Warner Brothers and stuff doesn't really have a good track record as far as going back to the past Batman films. Dark Knight Rises and the Dark Knight were above and beyond that. Now it could, if it gets the buzz the opening day, then that weekend could kick it in. But we'll see how many theaters it opens up in and all the problems or non-problems it has once the reviews come out. The audience could absolutely love it. But remember, Shang-Chi is better because it's at 98%. It's going to be hard to beat Shang-Chi. These are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. If you see it this weekend, let me know what you think of the film down in the comments section. Let me know what you think about the actors that played it: Colin Farrell, Kravitz, Patterson. Let me know what you think about their acting abilities during this film. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.